video game in the media room, Lee. He tried to step up to me, and I took him out. But I don't know if he makes it into the Hall. The Hall of Fame is real wish-washy in boxing.
Well,
right?
Which Hall of Fame is this? I don't think this is the real one, is it?
It has to be.
I don't know. There's like 15 of them. But I digress. Where are we? Julian Jackson.
Of course.
The Hawk is in.
Yeah.
The Hawk has to be in. Look, the Hawk is one of the reasons why I watch boxing today. In the 90s, fucking Julian Jackson, Mike McCallum, like all that entire era of Terry Norris. There's a lot of good fights in there. That's
the whole thing, is he gave us a lot more than just that one win. He gave us a lot of classic fights. You look back, what do you have? You have Terry Norris, you have Thomas Tate,
I remember
you have Mike
going out
McCallum.
to Vegas to see this dude fight. Good memories. Rafael Marquez.
It's a hard one. I'm going to say yes, because I believe in the prime of his career, he's took out 2 undefeated fighters, Tim Austin, and I can't remember the other one's name. But then you attach that to the Vasquez fights, right? Israel Vasquez.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy's a legend. That's like 5 fights right there that were classic. Because like I said, that Tim Austin was a big fight between the Mexican and American. One was undefeated. The 2 boxers. That was a good little fight, and Marquez shined in that one. So I got to say, yeah, I think both brothers are Hall of Famers.
Desarius Michael Suzuki.
Is that the light heavyweight?
Yeah, it is, that Roy avoided.
Yes. No, I don't. I'm going to say no to that, because once again, European fighter tries to cross over and fights. I believe his name was Julio Gonzalez. He loses.
He beats Griffin. He beats Giancano. He beats Virgil Hill.
Virgil Hill's how old, though?
Yeah, but Virgil Hill was champion for literally 47 years.
That doesn't mean shit if he's 52 when he fought him.
Good point.
Come on, Lee.
And avoided by Roy Jones.
Yeah, that's a big one. That was a damper on Roy's career for a long time, especially because when Roy took that fight with Gonzalez, I believe they're both undefeated, Mexican. It was like Roy's only time to ever be on pay-per-view with the Mexican. He beats that guy convincingly, 12-round decision.
So
it was
the
like
Polak in or out? By the way, big shout-out to our one Polish listener. You crazy Polak, you. We do have one, by the way. One Polak. He probably can't find the button. Show's probably uploaded into his smartphone for him.
And the 2 fights that I'm talking about on Marquez, I just want to clear it up, because one was another excellent fighter, is Mark Johnson. Now, he wasn't undefeated, but he was 40-1 when Rafael Marquez first fought him. That was an awesome fight. He fights Johnson twice. Then he fights Tim Austin, who was undefeated. And then he has the 3 fights with Israel Vasquez, and that just closed the deal. Rafael Marquez is a legend.
Michael Moore.
Michael Moore, yes.
He's not in on my book.
He's not in.
He's not in.
He beat Holyfield, bro.
Yeah, great. What else did you do? You got beat by George motherfucking Foreman. You got beat by George motherfucking Foreman, and you're in your prime. You are the baddest human on the planet coming off of Vander Holyfield, and you lost to George motherfucking Foreman. An old man caught you with an uppercut. Your corner is screaming at you to avoid the old man at all costs. No. Just on the loss to Foreman. Yeah, go ahead. Give me your pitch.
Wasn't he was only the heavyweight champ once or numerous times?
Once. Well, I'm sure he probably hovered. I don't know, because at that point when I'm following boxing, I can't remember in the 90s if he's doing the WBO, IBO bullshit float around thing. Now, I think he's not undisputed, and I think you have the rise of the Klitschko's in 91. You have that big second run of Lennox Lewis right about that time. Am I right about the time span? This should be Lennox Lewis coming up and getting really red hot.
Yeah, and he never. Yeah, a lot of guys are scared of Lennox. Lennox got
Right.
robbed in that era.
Right.
Okay, 1992, he beats Burt Cooper.
Yeah, right.
94.
Smoking. By the way, it was Smoking Burt Cooper.
94, he beats Holyfield. He has Alex Stewart on his record.
He never gets back up to the mountain again.
I know.
He's an ESPN fighter from there on out.
He loses to George Foreman. He loses to Holyfield. You're probably right, Lee. It might not. It's a no. It's going to be a no because, once he's after the Evander Holyfield fight, which everyone, didn't Holyfield go in for a heart?
Yeah, but you're still talking about a light heavyweight who went up to heavyweight, and the minute he fights a real heavyweight, and George Foreman, who is 500 pounds in that fight heavier. And
he was the light heavyweight champ.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so he's a double division champ. He took the biggest.
He had 10 title fights. He had 10 title fights. Is the final number.
He beats the undefeated TKO's Francis Botha at 35-0.
Francis Botha was full of shit. Look, that's
but he's 35-0. He's undefeated. That's decent. Yeah, he's not a Hall of Famer. Move on.
Steve Aoki, 34-0, 6 KOs.
Who the hell did you say?
Some Australian names. Oh, sorry, Sven Otke.
Fuck that, I don't know.
All right. Mildred Taylor. This is the longest debate on the show.
Ooh.
I'm not going to spend an hour because we have to go watch our 10 o'clock football games shortly.
Oh, shit. It is, yeah.
Okay. Mildred Taylor, if you are a long-standing listener to this show, you already understand both of our positions on this. I don't think he deserves to get in. Even though I'm a huge Mildred Taylor fan, and yes, I do believe that he got absolutely fucking robbed in the Chavez fight.
No, he didn't.
All right, stop it. We're not going to get into that debate.
All right.
In or out?
He beats James McGirt, one of the youngest champs ever, right? James McGirt's 38-1 when he defeats him.
Aaron Davis. And won 2 titles.
Yes. Takes Chavez to the last 2 seconds. He's winning that fight with 2 seconds left. Goes up to welterweights, becomes the number 1 fighter in the welterweight division until his people ruined him for fighting Terry Norris. That's where they fucking ruined him. He never belonged in the 154 division. He never belonged in the ring with Terry Norris. I'm going to say yes, that Mildred Taylor gets in because not only because of his age and the star that he was very young, you've got to look at that Chavez fight as a fight that ruined his career, but he gave it his all to the fans that night. That fight's always going to be remembered, and a lot of you are always going to remember that Taylor won that. When you put Buddy McGirt, one of the best fighters of that era that never got a shot at Chavez, and Julio Cesar Chavez's the fight, then he goes up to welterweight after all of that, after the hospital, the blood, drinking his own blood, almost dying, fractured eye. You become number 1 again in the welterweight division? He might be Hall of Fame.
Fernando Vargas.
Fuck no. No. Hell no. I don't even know how he's on the list. And maybe for heart, you can say Fernando had one of the biggest hearts. He gets knocked
Marquez, out. He beats Wright. He beats Corte.
He didn't beat Wright. Anyone who watched that fight knew that was...
Doesn't matter, Andrew. We just had this discussion.
No. He didn't beat Winky Wright. He doesn't rematch Winky Wright. Was it a unanimous or was it split? Does it say?
No, it doesn't say.
All right. Well, anyways... No, that Wright fight, no, Vargas doesn't get in. I'm sorry. And Rafael Marquez he wasn't that big in boxing. People, you got to remember, Marquez won his title on a headbutt. It was a headbutt that knocked out the champ, not his punch. They had to call it a punch because it fucking happened during an exchange, but replay clearly showed the 2 heads came together. Dude got knocked out. He's De La Hoya's roommate. That's all Rafael Marquez is. That's how he made his career. Oh, it was his roommate in the Olympics. That's all they used to say about him. I'm going to say no on Raul Marquez. Excuse me.
And by the way, Michael Rosenthal is the most recent winner of the Boxing Writers Association of America's Nat Fisher Award for excellent in Jewism. Oh, journalism, not Jewism.
You're so stupid.
He's covered boxing in Los Angeles and beyond for almost 3 decades.
You said Raul Marquez, right? The former IBF junior middleweight champ.
Fernando Vargas. Where? Going into the Hall of Fame?
No, then you said Marquez. Oh, he fought Marquez. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, he fought Raul Marquez.
All right. Yeah. Fuck that win. That win ain't shit.
All right. Let's go. James DeGale, Chris Eubanks in play for December 9th in London. Fight announcement. James DeGale, Chris Eubanks Jr. Just because you guys can't get enough of UK fighters, boxing scene understands. Who wrote Terrence Dooley? Terrence, this is the dumbest line ever written. Boxing scene understands. No, they don't understand. They don't understand. Boxing scene is not a thing. It's a website. Boxing scene understands that a deal has been struck for December 8th meeting between James DeGale and Chris Eubanks Jr. The fight is rumored to be the last bout to be shown on ITV's pay-per-view channel UK. What do you think, Andrew?
I think it's a good fight. This is why the UK is booming right now in boxing, even though these guys have a superstar getting in their division where you think, oh, fuck, we should both avoid each other, so then Saul will pick one of us to fight. No, they're going to fight each other. The best man's going to win. He'll probably get the fight before the other guy, but believe me, people, both of them are probably going to fight Saul. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. This is what boxing used to be. The UK is showing what boxing used to be. Before, wins and losses didn't really matter in the 80s, people. There was Roberto Duran's one of the greatest fighters ever. Dude has fucking 8 losses in his prime. I mean, and not at lightweight. Don't fucking jump on me. You guys know what I'm talking about. Junior welterweight. He started middleweight, super middleweight. Started falling off a lot, all right? Losing to veterans area. No one cared because he has all those classic fights with those other big 4 or 3 names that he had in the junior middleweight division. So stop it with the O really means. This is all a prodigy of fucking Floyd Mayweather. Everyone thinks they're going to make $200 million if they just, be badmouth everyone, get on everybody's bad side, and keep your O. It's a real sad place, but the UK knows what they're doing. They're also getting paid really good over there because not only do they get money from the TV, when you're selling out arena after arena, you guys got to think, programs are being sold. Tickets are being sold. There's butts and seats. They're on pay-per-view. These guys are making money.
And our final 2 stories. Hold on. Let me get these sirens going in the background. Our final 2 stories of the week. Let's just hear it for fucking fighters for doing stupid shit. Oh, actually, I probably should say that there's a Wilder Fury undercard. And we all know that Deontay Wilder is soon to be in jail anyway for some kind of fucking crime.
Oh, stop. But no. You see, if the deal isn't made with Joshua, they're going to fight Breazeale. That's the announcement.
Didn't you see Deontay knocking out the fucking mascot? How did they not get him?
Oh, that's right.
He could have made the list this week.
How the hell?
How did he not know that somebody was inside the costume?
He fucking slugged the shit out of that thing, too. Yes. And I like how the guy points right at the jaw. Oh, hit him right here. Hit him right here. Oh, yeah. Tell a boxer where to hit somebody. Watch it happen.
So, they're working on the undercard.
Lee, you know what would have made that great, though? Would have made that viral is if they took off the mask and dude's just bleeding from the jaw. Like, if he totally busted the jaw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's viral.
So, let's start with the first arrest of the evening. And that goes to Gervonta Davis.
Yeah,
if
buddy.
I met Gervonta Davis on the street, I would immediately think, you're going to say I'm racist, but guilty. I'm sorry, I would. He looks guilty of doing something wrong. Maybe it's the neck tattoo. According to TMZ Sports, a woman claims WBA super featherweight champion Gervonta Davis punched her multiple times during an incident at a Dallas strip club, and now intends to sue Davis for $2 million. The accuser's attorneys told TMZ the woman was struck in the left side of her head with a closed fist at King of Diamonds in Dallas. Jesus, what a name for a strip club. The woman was an employee at the strip club, according to her attorney. As a result, the woman says she was hospitalized for traumatic head injuries and has to seek counseling with the deep psychological injury of her attacker. The woman hired Witherspoon Law Group, who intends to sue Gervonta Davis for $2 million as compensation for her serious physical injury